All right.
Welcome to Game Genies. Are you fucking recording, Fred?
Yes, this time I am.
You want to explain to our fabulous listeners what the fuck just occurred?
Ryan and I just had what might have been our most insightful episode to date, and about 40 minutes in, I realized that I was not recording. Sorry.
So this is just a tribute to that. I mean, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
This is a tribute.
So this is not the best episode in the world. This is just a tribute. Exactly.
Well, you know, I guess we'll just go boom, boom, boom into what we're going to be talking about today. Real quick, we're going to mention Ready Player One. We realize this is not a movie podcast, but it plays a role in the gaming industry, and it's essentially in our culture. We're going to talk about some upcoming games, including Trailblazers and Murphy's Law. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to kick it on over to some current games and maybe some DLC discussions in regards to Far Cry 5, No Man's Sky, which is going to be coming out for Xbox this summer. Yes. And then also a free game that is currently on
Steam World,
Twitch Prime. I was about to say, and you won't
Dig
find out
2.
until we talk about it. But yeah, Steam World Dig 2 is it. Then to wrap the show up, we're going to talk about some mobile games that we were playing. We might have an actually pretty intensive discussion about that. I didn't realize how much I could talk about that shit.
Yeah, it was interesting.
It was good. And then we're going to start a series that ends our shows for the next probably month and a half or so, till probably middle of May.
Till E3.
In regards to, if we do it till E3, we're going to, I mean, we can probably come up with some bullshit, but I mean, E3's in like over 2 months. We can try.
Yeah,
we'll talk about. We'll gradually get up on some E3 shit. But today we're going to be talking about what we would like to see and what we were predicting for PlayStation's press conference at E3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still going to take off that Monday of E3, Fred?
Yeah, that's worth it.
Good, I am too. Actually, when is E3? I might actually be in New York.
Oh, right.
During that time, which should be great. We can watch that shit together.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we can have an in-person podcast as well.
Woo! That might be great.
That might be
I'll look into that.
Cool. So let's kick it off. Ready Player One came out this last week, and you went to see it. I read the book. What'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. And I even had people that read the book said, yes, there's a lot of different changes that they made for the movie, but they still very much enjoyed the movie due to the amount of up-to-date references that they had kind of put on
right
in the movie. Like
the references,
Overwatch, Halo, things like that.
Yeah. References are references. I don't think they're too big of a deal. They didn't really make the plot or break the plot. They were just there.
Yeah. No, you're right. I agree. It was good. I recommend going to see it. If you decide not to, then that is your choice. But you are a goddamn jackass. It's at least worth checking out.
All right. You heard it there. And the book is worth reading if you're not into movies.
You're going to be into... If you're not... You mean not into watching that movie in particular, or not
just
into movies?
Like, not into making it out. I don't make it out to the movies a lot.
Okay, so but you will see it when it's maybe available to you.
I'm going to go see this. I've been looking forward to this because
I know. But when you said it's not in the movies, who the fuck is into movies?
I don't know.
You're gonna be into movies.
If you're
not into movies, you're a fucking idiot.
There are people.
I don't want to talk to them.
Let's move on to the games. It seems like
moving on to some upcoming games. Fred, you take this one away. You're the one that showed me this game. You're the one that showed me both these games. Take it away.
Trailblazers. So this is a racing game that I'm not usually into racing games. I like the more arcade style racing games, just because I think, I don't know, some of the more realistic ones aren't as fun to play. They might, I mean, I guess it's subjective. You might find it fun if a car drives realistically or something and you need to upgrade parts and things. But this game looks like it plays very much like F-Zero, which is one of my favorite racing games of all time.
And that is an arcade racer, right?
Totally Nintendo style. I mean, it's a Nintendo game. Nintendo style arcade racer where it's just like moving super fast. The twists and turns are really fast. It's kind of like a hover vehicle in some way. And
is that where Captain Falcon came from?
Yes. Yeah, that's where Falcon
Punch, motherfucker!
Yeah.
Isn't that his like tagline?
Yeah, he doesn't say the motherfucker, but yeah.
He says it like that. Fucking punch, motherfucker!
He says it like that, but he doesn't say motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah. So, So this game is kind of like a mishmash, though, because the track itself is made of, like, imagine, like, pixels, and they're, black at the beginning of the round. But as you drive over it, your trail lights up the track just on the pixels that your car touches, and it's your color that it lights up. And so if you drive over your own color, you get like a speed boost, and you can like cover up your enemies or the opposing team's colors. So it kind of ends up being like a Splatoon F-Zero kind of mashup, and it looks great. I'm actually really looking forward to it. But I realized it only looks like it's coming out for PS4 and Xbox One right now. Hopefully it comes to Switch.
No, I thought, when I went to the trailer, it said it was coming out for everything.
Did it? Okay.
At the very end of the trailer, including, I believe, Steam. So
okay, because I went to their wiki and it didn't say.
Yeah, it has a Switch logo on here.
Cool.
That's going to be great. I would play that with you till the sun goes down on our love.
Well, maybe you would, but Fast Racing Nero came out on the Wii U, and you didn't play that with me.
Well, I mean, it was Wii U. Who the fuck plays Wii U?
Well, at the
Chewie,
time,
am I right? My dog even's like, yeah. He's looking at me like, why the fuck would you do that?
Well, I played it.
I love the Wii U, but it was such a pain in the ass. It was just an outdated system from the get-go. It was.
You think so?
Wasn't good.
I loved it.
You do or do not?
I was mad when they stamped it out. I felt betrayed.
By the same people you now call God.
Yeah, I love the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, yeah, we know. We've heard plenty of fucking combos about
Speaking
it.
of more Nintendo games that are upcoming, this was announced, 7 months ago? Morphe's Law?
Morphe's Law.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually, I believe it was announced last summer.
Yeah. It looks great. It looks like a really
really
fun take on that genre, which is third person. It's a third person shooter, right?
Yeah, so I'll kind of give you the rundown. It's a third person shooter over the shoulder. How it is played is you essentially have a gun. You shoot. Oh, you look like the Dio de Muerta fucking guys.
Like Day of the Dead.
Exactly. You get kind of that aesthetics.
Wait, I like how you kind of like went into character for that too.
Yeah. What type of character do you think it went into?
I don't know, but you like went inside yourself a little bit there. You stopped for a moment.
I didn't. Well, I mean, why didn't go? I see what you're saying, but it sounds a little. I mean, I don't know what you're getting at with inside myself. I wasn't inside myself.
Let's not take it.
No, yeah. Let's just move on. Let's move along because that could get into real dangerous territory.
Morphe's Law.
Morphe's Law. So as you shoot your opponent, so red and the blue team, as you shoot, somebody's head, your opponent's head, their head will shrink, and your head will grow larger.
Yeah.
Any body part, it will do this, and so it's a physics-based kind of shooter, third-person shooter, competitive shooter.
It's 4-on-4, by the way, just to give you.
Yeah. Okay. The fucking levels look kind of cool. At least what they've shown. It's like an old. I mean, I want to say pretty much like an old Mexican town in the desert. It looks.
That's what it looks
awesome.
like. Yeah, it reminds me of the little town there in Mario Odyssey, Tostarino, something like that.
And like, just think about all the physics that changes the game mechanics. If you're a ginormous person fighting a small person, and
yeah. Imagine you shoot somebody's legs until they're like little tiny legs, and then you have these huge legs.
Yeah, it's different. It's pretty much a morphing 3D shooter.
Yeah, look up the trailer. If it sounds a little far-fetched, the trailer explains it in detail.
Check it out. We might be fucking horrible at explaining this, but I mean,
but it kind of sucks. There's no release date. There's not even a glimmer of information about like when it's coming. But there's the video itself is very informative, and it's fulfilling.
Here's the thing. It was announced last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Not even a year ago. So I think we're okay. I do want to see. I mean, there's an F. There's an F. Fuck, why am I saying F? There's a fucking facts and answers Facts answers questions? What the fuck does FAQ stand for?
FAQ.
Oh my god. I'm dumber than I thought I was.
It's frequently asked.
Asked questions. Fuck! I'm an idiot! Oh my.
Facts and questions.
Facts answers questions. Just throw everything that normal people know out the window when it comes to me.
If we ever have a website, we can have a facts answers questions.
Yeah, that's what we're going to have. Facts, answers, and questions. But not about my personal life, because I don't want people knowing that shit. God, I'm such a fucking idiot. We're keeping it. We're keeping it on the podcast, because I want everyone to know how fucking stupid I am.
All right. So Morphe's Law, check out the trailer. It's worth a look. Should we move on to some more current games?
This is where we do... Eventually, we'll have like a... and then that's a fucking... Yeah, exactly. Here's a fucking transition into the next topic.
Current games.
Yeah, current games.
Far Cry 5.
That's a current game.
But not only Far Cry 5, they announced this week they were going to have some pretty badass DLC.
That makes me excited.
But before we get into that, I had an idea. So you told me this week that in Far Cry 5, the arcade mode, which lets you build levels.
Yes.
You told me that somebody has already made a PUBG map.
They have. This is correct.
Within Far Cry 5.
Within Far Cry 5. I don't believe they have the mechanics for a Battle Royale.
Right.
Mode. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
My question was, I was wondering, do you think that Ubisoft would just entertain the idea and give us a 100-player server, and then people could, create these maps, and then they just kind of make their own little battle royale? Or do you think that they're just going to keep it confined to whatever game type's already available?
I think incorporating the arcade aspect to this game, and you can have character models from Assassin's Creed and some of the other Far Cry games. The fact they did that, they wanted some crazy shit, and right. I think they're all about it. I anticipate fairly soon, maybe this summer, them discussing and announcing that they're going to have a Battle Royale mode. Maybe not on the PUBG. I mean, maybe the PUBG map that somebody made could be eligible for that, but
right.
I mean, they obviously wouldn't just steal that map and officially as a...
Well, I think they could just say you can have 100 people in whatever map that you
right,
make.
okay, I see what you're saying. Just give you the option, like the rule.
Yeah, then people could do Battle Royale mode on whatever map they want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Somebody made Resident Evil 7 Baker House.
There you go.
That you're in. And it's fucking cool. It's awesome. I'm excited. They made Nuketown, I believe, from Call of Duty already.
Mm-hmm.
This is great stuff. There's an article I want to check out later. It's like the top 10 arcade. Yeah, it's just videos I'll spend
Far Cry 5
all night
creations
watching. Yeah. But now let's talk about the DLC that they're coming out with.
Right, because that's even, honestly, in my opinion, even cooler, because it's kind of sets up for what I think will be an even cooler future. I think they're going to keep doing stuff like this. Why don't you?
I don't think you can go wrong with this game. I agree. Yeah. This is by the same people that came out. When that came out, they had Blood Dragon, which was an 80s themed action sci-fi kind of open world game, and it had a very much color aesthetics being Outrun style. Michael Biehn from Aliens, Terminator was the main character. He was like Rex Colt. Fuck, what was it? Rex Colt something. I'm having a brain fart.
Doesn't matter.
Now I'm gonna have to look it up. Anyway, it was a great game. It was open world, but you had these giant dragons that you'd have to take down. They're like beasts, and they're fucking awesome. It was a great game, and so those same people are now taking that goofiness away. Sorry, not away. Sorry, I feel like they have taken the goofiness away in the last couple of. But also, side note, Sergeant Rex Power Colt was his name, which is an amazing name.
Uh-huh.
But these guys are coming out with 3 DLCs, and they definitely take it to the extreme. I think as much as Blood Dragon, at least with the last 2. So the first one is Hours of Darkness, which is a Vietnam DLC campaign. Right. And I'm excited about this. I loved Battlefield Vietnam when it came out when I was a kid. It was awesome. So I'm looking forward to this with the engine from Far Cry 5. Then the next one, but the Lost on Mars DLC, which is the second one coming out, looks awesome. It takes place in outer space. It's like the 1970s sci-fi